Good morning. My topic is all about the trade creditors. Um, so what is trade creditors? The supplier extending credit to a buyer for use and manufacturing, processing, or selling goods for profits. Ang trade creditors kasi is supply siya ng mga goods and services to customers in credit terms, mga bills na kailangan mong bayaran. Next is the nature of trade credits. Is a form of credit extended by a firm to another firm. We have two nature of trade credit. The first is consumer credit. When the credit is extended to a final consumer, it is no longer qualifies as trade credit. When we say the consumer credit, ang credit ng consumer is personal na utang taken on to purchase goods and services. The second is installment credit. When the credit is extended to a firm in the purchase of machinery and equipment and secured by the equipment sold, it is no longer qualifies as trade credit. When we say the installment credit, ang credit ng installment ay isang pautang for a fixed amount of money. Next is trade credit appears in the book of accounts of the creditor as accounts or notes receivable. In the book of the debtor, it appears as accounts or notes payable. We have three trade credit instruments. The first is open book credit. Constitutes the bulk of trade credit. It is a form of financing, reduces the amounts of funds that the manager must raise from other sources. Um, when we say the open book credit, ang open book credit ay isang uri ng trade credit kung saan ang mga nagbebenta ay nagpapadala ng mga paninda on faith that payment will be forthcoming. The second is the trade acceptance, a time draft thrown by a seller upon a purchaser, payable to the seller as payee, and acceptable by the purchaser as evidence that the goods shipped are satisfactory and that the price is due and payable. When we say the trade acceptance refers to contractual obligation acknowledging the existence of a debt. The last is the promissory note. An unconditional promise in writing made by one person to another, signed by the maker, engaging to pay on demand or at a fixed, determinable future time, sum certain in money to or to order of a specified person or to barrier. When we say the promissory note, create a legally binding promise with a mutual understanding regarding the borrowing and repayment of money. We have two advantages of promissory note. The first is the time and the amount of payment are indicated, avoiding litigation over such matters. The second is promissory notes may be endorsed to other parties, allowing the creditor immediate use of funds tied up in such credit arrangement. The next is the cost of trade credit. The firms which extended trade credit normally provide incentive to firms which settle their accounts early. The incentives take the form of a discount like a 5% deduction from the price indicated in the invoice if settled within 5 days. When we say the cost of trade credit, costly trade credit refers to firms that pay after the end of the discount period, foregoing discounts and nagkakaroon ng malalaking gastos sa financing. Maaari silang magkaroon ng mga karagdagang bayarin at singil para sa huli ng pagbabayad. The last is the this cost may be computed as follows. If the credit term is 5/5, net 60, which means a 5% discount is deducted from invoice from price if settled within 5 days. Otherwise, the full amount is due in 60 days. In short, may 5% kapag nabayaran within 5 days. Thank you and God bless. Keep safe everyone.